Hello, I'm Jashykins, and tonight, I'm reviewing the Doctor Who episode Journey to the Center of the Tardis. Now, for those unfamiliar with the sort of British spelling of center, it's spelled C-E-N-T-R-E instead of T-E-R. I was thinking of making a dumb joke about the spelling, but I didn't like any of my dumb jokes. Hey. Anyways, this episode featured the TARDIS getting damaged and them having to go eventually into the center of the TARDIS. And during this whole trying to figure where to go, Clara's trying to find, the control room, the room we always see in the TARDIS. And the Doctor and the salvage crew he finds and gets them to help. Is trying to find Clara. It's funny, I just remembering that the Doctor is sort of a jackass because he fools the salvage crew into thinking that there's an actual self-destruct for the TARDIS when there isn't. However, he's like, hey, I was joking, you just say something in this voice, and, it's like, okay, they'll follow you, they'll believe you. And he's like, let me turn the screen off, I was just messing with you, just so I could find Clara. And then he finds out that the TARDIS is actually going to explode. He's like, and what's interesting about this episode, and sort of sad, is that the Doctor and Clara do have a few good moments together. At one point, Clara finds out the Doctor's real name, and she, at one point in the episode, confronts the Doctor about it, and is like, hey, I found your name, and it's really nice, so why do you just go by Doctor instead of... And he silences her. And the Doctor finally admits to Clara why he's keeping her along, that he needs to find out who she really is, because he's seen her die twice, and Clara is so fucking freaked out. She's like, no, I'm just human, I'm just me, dude, you're fucking crazy. I know we can go through time and space, I've seen a star that's a parasite, and I destroyed it with a leaf. But dude, you're fucking insane. This is fucking where I draw the I don't believe this shit line. and by the end of the episode, they don't recall any of it. That sort of bonding and figuring shit out, which is sort of disappointing, which means that stuff happened, but it didn't really happen. I think I have the same problem with this as I did with the sort of restart button from season 3 of Fringe to season 4. Yes, season 4 was awesome. The second half of it, and finding all this shit out, how things are different, was cool. But yeah, this one, it's like you have all this stuff filled up and now you can't use it. At one point, there were these two brothers, and you think one is an android, but from the start, I was like really confused. It's because he's supposed to be a machine, he's supposed to feel no pain, and it's like, why the fuck is he eating? I mean, the only reason that android would have to have the ability to eat would be because, he's trying to fit in and calm the other people, but this was the salvage crew that's been together for a while. And so he wouldn't need to put any of that act on at all. And And it turns out, of course, that he's not really an android. I admit, between the beginning of the episode and the reveal, that I was like, maybe it's just sort of how these androids work. But I was still like, that was nagging on the back of my mind throughout the episode, and it turns out he's the brother of one of the people, and he doesn't remember anything basically because the other brother wanted the ship, and the crewmates decided to play a little game with him by making him think he was an android. And it seems that at the end of the episode that they've never pulled the prank on him because I think the picture was different. If you're a Doctor Who fan or you watch the episode, or hopefully both, just comment below or comment wherever and tell me if I'm right or not. Because I think the first photo from the beginning had 3 people and this one had 4. I don't know. But it seems like somehow this trick on the brother was probably not pulled because because I guess the picture should be an indication, I guess. Which really doesn't make a lot of sense because the time was restarted at that point in time. And so they basically just lost a couple hours, maybe a day. No, just like an hour. Yeah. 30 minutes an hour of time lost. And yet, this whole history, not a whole history, but the part of this history of the salvage crew is affected because they fixed the Tardis, basically. I'm really at a loss, but happy, yay, it doesn't make sense. Timey-wimey. That's the only time I can really say that and for people to actually understand. Yeah, I do sometimes throw timey-wimey out there. Sometimes when I don't see fit. Let's see. Oh, the monsters chasing around the TARDIS, from the previews. And I thought they were just a monster that somehow got in. And then as I watched the episode, I was thinking, they're still a monster, but then maybe the Doctor captured it. And I was thinking maybe he's not wanting to talk about it because of how the manner he caught it, or what they actually are, or both. Of course, some people were like, oh, this one might be, Time Lords, and like people on IMDb boards are actually being clever, and I was like, I watched the show. And they're like throwing all these oddball ideas, which really makes sense if you understand Doctor Who. Like these would be crazy otherwise, but these make perfect sense this way. I was like, I just watched the show, do reviews, write a review of the entire season. Yay! I was sort of jealous there. And we did get to see some swimming pool, and I think some people on Tumblr were like, oh my god, there's a swimming pool in the TARDIS, and it was on screen for like half a second. I was like, can't I be running around in a big swimming pool room? But I guess it might have been cheaper to film. It's just like, hey, look, there's this room, let's run into the hallways. And the TARDIS is infinite, as the Doctor says. But the show's budget is not enough to really show all that detail. So we do get a sense how big it is, which is good. If it was like a movie or something, awesome. But I did like how the Tardis was fighting back. It's just like, hey, you pissed me off. Hey, you want to get out of here? Just go in circles. It's like, the Tardis is awesome. I think, rewatch it, the Doctor's Wife. Yeah, that episode deserves a rewatch now. Well, that's it. Doctor Who, Journey to the Center of the TARDIS. Nice play on the title, Journey to the Center of the Earth, but this time it's the TARDIS. All in all, this was a very good episode. We got, the only sort of downside was Clara and the Doctor both got to let out feelings to each other, but they happened, but they didn't happen. And it was really nice, fun, tense, full of mystery. I think it's one of the better episodes because at least the tone was consistent and everything not mostly added up. Like 9 out of 10 things added up nicely. I am Jashykins, owner at jashykins.blogspot.com. If you want to contact me for whatever reason, you can do so at Facebook at facebook.com/jashykins fan page, Twitter at jashykins, or Tumblr, jashykins.tumblr.com, and more specifically, if you want a table of contents that I'm currently working on, not all finished, you can do so at jashykins.tumblr.com/TOC. Okay, I'm sorry I'm moving away here, but the air vent is there and seems to be affecting shit. Sorry. Anyways, if you're viewing this on YouTube, subscribe, like, comment, whatever. If you're viewing this on my blog, thank you just for watching. Comment below, share. And now that you're on my blog, explore, yay. And, yeah, that's it. If you're on Tumblr and see this, like and reblog. And, fucking AC. I mean, I would have started re-recording, but it was just the final little bits, so it's like, no real use. That's actually really excited about that loud motherfucker. But anyways, until next video, goodbye, and enjoy a few seconds of me going back to the laptop.